So, I'm at the most prestigious university in the world, well, according to them, in England anyway. And this is prehistory. In fact, I had a little pet velociraptor. He was so sweet and he had lovely feathers. And I was sitting in the office of my tutor, my tutor. And he was a very ugly man. He had this horrible red beard, and he used to wear these strange green baggy pants. You know, it's not an attractive sight. And the system was you had to read your essay, because this was, remember, prehistory, no email. You had to read the essay to him, and then you would discuss it. And so I started, this was medieval English history, and I started reading, the Anglo-Saxon chronicles are in fact 2 or 3 documents that were kept in the monastery of Chelmsford. And I looked at him, and he was doing this. I swear, is he? He can't be. Is he? The Anglo-Saxon Chronicle is 2 or 3 documents that were kept. So, afterwards, I went back to my college and I rang my father on the payphone. You won't remember those. And I rang him. I reversed the charges, obviously, to his office. He was a lawyer. Hello, Daddy. Hello, Patricia. Are you all right? Oh, yes, I just want to ask you some advice. So I told him what had happened. I told him the situation. And there was complete silence for about 1.5 minutes. And then he said, well, that's a bit off. And I said, well, I don't think there's any point telling the authorities because they wouldn't believe me. You're right. I'm afraid they would not believe you. Well, what I suggest you do is, if he does it again, stop in the middle of a sentence and stare at him. Thank you, Daddy. That's really helpful. I'll try that. Are you having a good time, darling? Oh, yes, I got completely pissed last night. It was great. Splendid. That's what you should be doing. Fine. So the next time that I went to the tutorial, I sat there. I was reading, I don't know what, King John or something. And I stopped in the middle of a sentence, and I stared at him. Well, keep reading. Well, you're obviously busy. And then he told me to go home. Fine, went off. The next time I was in his tutorial office, I was all ready for this. No, he didn't. He didn't do this. He got up, he went to his kitchenette, and I started reading. This is what I heard. So I stopped reading. And he said, keep going, keep reading. And I thought, well, it's not great. But at least I don't have to watch him. So I was talking to my seminar group The men found this absolutely side-splitting, but the women all said, "Oh, but he did that to me too."
Thank you, Patricia. The comedic timing and the acting really added a lot of value to the story.
Thank you. There were definitely points that I did not expect in this story. So, well done.
Well, Patricia. Again, what you did this morning was extremely funny, and what you've done now is even better. And it's exactly the thing we've been talking about. With each iteration, you find these little moments where it's suddenly, wait, if I say it slightly differently, if I leave a slightly different pause, if I make a slightly different gesture. It's really, really funny stuff. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
Did I really just do that?